The 7 biggest fines in Formula 1 history. After we found out that Red Bull Racing have been fined a hefty $7 million, and some might argue that's not enough, it got us thinking about other fines in Formula 1. We know that a lot of dollar bills float around in the sport, but some of these numbers are huge. €309,000. This fine was handed to a team known as USF1, who had promised they'd be entering the 2010 F1 season, but didn't. The financial sanction for this was equivalent to the championship entry fee, and the team was also banned from ever participating in an FIA racing series again. That's pretty savage. €400,000. Racing Point picked up a fine in 2020 and a deduction of 15 championship points after they were found to have breached the sporting regulations. Renault protested Racing Point for their brake ducts, which had been designed by Mercedes but weren't allowed as each team needed to design theirs in-house. $450,000. Alongside Red Bull, Aston Martin were also fined for their involvement in the 2021 budget cap. Documents stated that the team had 12 cases of incorrectly excluded and/or adjusted costs in their submission, which picked them up a fine of $450,000. $1 million. Ferrari was slapped with this fine after Michael Schumacher helped Rubens Barrichello onto the top step of the podium and gave the first place trophy to his teammate after the 2002 Austrian Grand Prix. The FIA fined the team and both drivers, with the event occurring as a result of team orders when Barrichello was told to move over to let Schumacher win. Something that happened a few times in Barrichello's career. $5 million. Up to 2006, this was the largest fine in F1's history. Podium politics are to blame for this one, and the FIA handed it to the organisers of the race after a big controversy. A Turkish Cypriot leader presented a trophy to the winner of the event, but was introduced as the President of the Turkish Republic of Northern Cyprus, which angered and upset the Greek Cypriot community. The FIA said this was a breach of the sport's political neutrality and fined them $5 million, which was later halved. $7 million. Now this one you'll probably know unless you've been living under a rock, because this is what Red Bull Racing have been forced to pay after breaching the 2021 cost cap. As well as the fine, the team were hit with a 10% reduction in the amount of aerodynamic testing they're allowed, which is actually 7% because it's 10% of 70%. Not confusing at all. There's no doubt though that this will impact their 2023 car. $100 million. This eye-watering amount is the biggest fine handed out in F1's history. The $100 million total was given to McLaren back in 2007 over the whole Spygate scenario, where the FIA found the team were in possession of some very important technical data belonging to their rivals, Ferrari. This data had been leaked by one of Ferrari's former engineers. That year, McLaren were also disqualified from the Constructors' Championship, despite having a total of 8 wins between their 2 drivers, Lewis Hamilton and Fernando Alonso. There you have it, some of the biggest monetary fines in Formula 1 history. Are there any penalties out there that deserved a bigger fine? Let us know in the comment section below.